Hello boys and girls, I hope you're all having a very good day. Okay, so before we get started, what I want you to do is make sure that you've got a glass of water ready for a drink. Make sure that you've got either a gymnastics mat or a yoga mat or that you're on carpet. I want you to make sure you've got lots of space around you to do all of the different exercises. And I want you to make sure that you are doing all of the exercises properly and you are picking exercises that aren't too challenging for you. Also, make sure that your parents know where you are and know that you're doing this video so that they can come and check on you and that they know where you are in case anything goes wrong. Okay, so make sure that you've also done a warm up and stretch before we get started. Remember, you can pause this video at any time to take a drink, or you can pause it now if you've not already done your warm up and stretch and do that quickly. And yeah, we're going to move straight on to working on our core today. Our core is super important for protecting us from injury, especially very important for protecting our back. We need a good strong core for making all of our different shapes, our tuck shapes, our pike shapes, our dish shapes, our arch shapes, our straight shapes, even our squat position for our landings. And it's very important to have a good strong core to hold nice start positions and finish positions, and for our kickouts, for doing nice sharp kickouts in all of our somersaults. Core is very important for lots of different skills like our handstands and our handsprings, our round offs, our flips, our whips. It's very important for rolls, for jumps, and for balances. So I'm sure you can tell that it is super important to have a good strong core for almost every discipline that we do in Dynamite, from general gymnastics to floor and vaults to display, trampoline, tumble, and CMT all need a very good core for all of those different disciplines. It is also super important because our core exercises make up a lots of different parts of our range and conditioning, and that is super important to have a good range and conditioning if we want to go down south and represent Team Scotland at the regional team finals. It is also super important to have a strong core for staying tight in lots of different skills and passes and routines and runs, and for making sure that we have a really strong core to stay tight in case anything is going wrong in one of those passes or runs or routines. If we've got a strong core, we can hopefully pull that back together, that run or that pass or that routine, and get all the way to the very last skill. And yeah, super important also, our core is very important for making sure that we have a lot of endurance for those longer display routines so that we can make it all the way through to the very end and still be doing some lovely balances. So before we start off with today's session, it is important that we are confident with a lot of different shapes in gymnastics. So we're going to be using our front support positions, our back support positions, our side support positions, our dish position, our arch position, our squatting position, our straight shape, our downward dog. Okay, so it's very important that we know how to do those properly. If you do not feel confident with those positions and those shapes, make sure to check out the previous videos where I go through lots of different progressions, lots of different options for doing those shapes and for doing them safely and for making sure that we're doing them with the correct technique. So I am going to go through the correct technique for those shapes right now, just to give you a wee reminder. Okay, we want to always make sure that our head is in line with our body. Okay, we want to make sure that we have our hands directly under our shoulders in our support positions. We want to make sure that our fingers are always facing forwards. We want to make sure that we are bracing our tummy, squeezing tight through our core muscles. We want to have a nice flat back position in all of those positions. We want to have straight arms where possible. We want to make sure that we are squeezing our glutes. We want to make sure that in our squatting position, our toes are pointed out slightly. We want to make sure that we have nice pointed toes. and nice straight legs where possible. And if we're doing any position that involves our back, it's super important that that is flat to the floor or completely straight, depending on what position we are doing, okay? So let's move on and get started with today's different circuits. In today's video, we are going to be working on kicks. We are going to do a circuit with 3 rounds, and there's going to be a minute-long break in between each round. Each round is going to comprise of 12 exercises that we are going to do for 30 seconds each. Okay, the first exercise that we are going to be working on is going to be straight leg kicks in a back support position. So we're going to lift right up to our back support position and kick up and down with nice straight legs. Then we're going to switch to a front support position. We're going to do our kicks in this position as well. So we're going to lift up to front support, and then we're going to lift up and down, kicking as high as we can in front support. Then we're going to go from our front support position into a downward dog position. And in our downward dog position, we're going to be kicking our legs up as high as we can on each leg as well. Then we're going to be going into a bird dog. So we're going to have our arms out completely straight and our legs out completely straight. It's going to be opposite arm to opposite leg. And switching over in between each one. Then we're going to switch and we're going to go into side support. And we are going to be kicking in side supports as well. So we're going to come into a side support position like this. And we're going to have our arm up nice and high. We're going to do a side kick, trying to touch our arm and our leg together. And then we're going to swap to the other side and do side support on the other side. And then we're going to come into a dish position and we're going to do some flutter kicks in dish. So just moving our legs up and down, nice and small kicks in this position. Then we are going to do some dead bugs. And we're going to go opposite arm to opposite leg again. And we're going to kick out nice and straight and swap leg each time, okay? Then we're going to move from our dead bug position into an arch, and we're going to do a flutter kick in an arch. So we're going to lift right up into an arch, and we're going to be kicking up and down with our legs. Then we are going to be coming into a standing position. We're going to be doing some straight leg kicks in standing as well. So all the way up as high as we can, trying to bring our leg up to our arm and not the other way around. Then we're going to do the same in a squat position, squatting down and up and kick. And same on the other side, squatting down and up and kick. And then we're going to be doing it in a lunge. So lunging all the way down, knee almost to the floor, then up through to a kick. And same on the other leg. Go! And right to front support. And into downward dog. Bird dog. And into a side support. And swap sides. And to dish position. And a dead bug. And then arch. And up to our feet. And a squat. And a lunge. Go. And right to front support. And into downward dog. And into bird dog. And into a side support. And swap sides. And to dish position. And a dead bug. And went arch. our feet. And a squat. And a lunge. Go. And right to front support. And into downward dog. And into bird dog. and into a side support. And swap sides. And to dish position. And a dead bug. And then arch. And up to our feet. And a squat. And a lunge. So that's you at the end of your circuits. Congratulations, you've done an excellent job. don't forget to be nice and safe and do a good cool down and a stretch after you've finished. And if you have anything that is sore, make sure to tell your carer so that they know, in case there's anything wrong, to go and get you checked out. Okay, so make sure to like and subscribe the videos so that you can keep up with all of the different videos that all of the coaches are putting up. And I hope you are having an excellent time at school and you've had a really, really good week. Okay, bye guys.